Hi, everybody, and welcome to the channeling of the Church of Scientology. Yes, I'm still in my little room. Yes, I still am in here. Welcome to the channeling. I was wearing my glasses when I did all these other readings, but when we do metaphysical work, we take off all modern stuff and we put it aside so that we can hear more clearly. Before I turned on the recording camera, I had already channeled the energy that is Scientology. For those of you who are watching the first part of it, my temperature has gone up. Yeah, that's what always happens, and the wig becomes a problem. That's why I like to channel without the wig. I really just want to take it off, but I can't because I'm not allowed to. Um, yeah, pretty much. I'd rather just have the head wrap, but all my head wraps are missing somewhere between Canada and the United States. So, welcome to the channeling of the Scientology, and this is going to be a 5-part series, and hopefully, I get it all done and on Patreon because Patreon is more important to me, much to the anger of some of my viewers on YouTube. And so, I would like to tell my viewers on YouTube that I don't get any money from YouTube at all, zero, because this channel was hacked, and so it's no longer monetized. And the last payment I ever got from YouTube for my videos was $69 because my algorithm was in Canada, and now it has been thrown to the back of beyond where there's no money at all and there's no advertising. When I put things on YouTube, I'm literally just honoring my channel. This channel has been dead for the past 3 years. I therefore have to start a new channel under a new brand, under a new algorithm, which is something that I am going to do when I am back home in Africa. I am not going to announce what channel name it is because that will just bring the hackers to that channel as well, and they have made my life a living hell. These are housekeeping announcements before I go into this most amazing Scientology that is really blowing my mind. And I will also give a reason why I am doing Scientology out front with you all. Okay, so what I do is I start channeling. When I get tired, because it is exhausting, I say, I'm tired. My ancestors stop. Right now, my temperature has gone up a few degrees because that's what happens when I'm channeling. I get really, really hot. I stop when I get physically uncomfortable and I say, okay, bye bye. Right. And then I come back again to continue where I left off because, by the way, I have that power. Just because I stop a channeling doesn't mean I've stopped it. I've just said suspended in time, and I pick up exactly where I left off. I usually put the first part of any channeling on YouTube, the first part of any reading on YouTube, because my ancestors tell a story. So when you're watching my readings, understand that you're starting from chapter 1. If I choose to stop at chapter 3 because there are 6 chapters, or a chapter 5, or a chapter 2, or a chapter 1 itself, it is my right as the conduit. Then my ancestors will continue again. I usually film 2. The first part to me, which is not so intense, in my opinion, and is PG enough, goes on YouTube. The second part goes on Patreon. And yes, I am doing it for the money. I need to eat. I don't know why it's difficult for Black people to understand that. Let me fix my wig. I don't know why it's difficult for Black people to understand that I need to eat. I need to eat. And people need to show their gratitude, or if they enjoy me, by going to Patreon. People need to hold me up. People need to support me because I'm human. I need to eat. I need to buy food for me and my disabled son, who will never work. Therefore, I will never enjoy him saying, here, mom, here's $100. Okay? He needs me to work for the both of us until the day I die. I don't see why you are in contempt of supporting a sister. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I hold my patrons in very high regard. Even when I'm ill, like I am right now, I will get up, I will do my work because they hold me up, they pay my bills, and they keep me going. And I don't have a high patronage. And since this channel got hacked, my patronage has been zero. Okay? So, I understand your rage and your anger and what have you, but I also understand it comes from pure selfishness. You can buy a weave. Okay, you can buy a weave for hundreds and hundreds of dollars to put on your head. Okay, you can buy expensive makeup and you can't give $9 to a black woman for your entertainment. Literally, there are patrons that charge $500 and white people are paying $500 a month. But because my audience is all black, you whine and moan to me, those of you who don't want to support me, about the little bit of money that I ask you to support me with. That's crazy. That's crazy. And now now the announcements are done. I could go back to where I have suspended the reading of Scientology. I have been at it for 2 hours. I will summarize it so that I can continue with what I think is more fascinating and more interesting. All right. From 7 a.m. I have been channeling the Church of Scientology. We have been talking. The reason I do that in the morning is because my head is clearer and the metaphysical energy is stronger in the morning and at sunset. Perfect channeling times for me. Church of Scientology came to us as a light energy, a brilliant energy, an energy that's not earthly based. So we were like, what? And this is what we got from what we are hearing from that energy. An alien energy entered our perimeters. It sat on some people. It was trying to help us in our evolution, and all our power is in our brains. It was trying to give us evolution, a more cohesive society, a society that has no isms, racism, slavery, no isms. Basically, the energy says we are primitive. Yes, I can hear the energy. The energy says we are primitive. And so it puts knowledge into the heads of people on how to defeat depression and why depression exists. And I am a depressant, as everybody who's been following me knows. So I was very, very, very interested. I was, yeah, that's interesting to me. It explained that it was to help cure mental health illnesses. So then my ancestors say this is why we see that everybody who gravitates towards Scientology has mental health issues, Tom Cruise included. It forces the people to stay in reality and to acknowledge themselves and the cruel things that they do or say, to not live in Hollywood and to not try to escape mentally by going to some other dark place. The energy says it has been misunderstood by the people it downloaded into. The message was lost in translation. I am not a religion, he says. I am an alien from another planet. I came to do an experiment. You are guinea pigs to me. And the experiment is sadly failing. And he's giving me chest pain. Chest pain. I can actually feel my bones crack. That's crazy. Okay, carry on. I am not a he. I am not a she. That creates the isms of your society. It creates division and it creates boundaries. I am an it. If you must name me for your tiny human brain to understand. Okay. I accept that. How long was this project of yours, this experiment of yours? Hundreds of years. Still misunderstood. It will be misunderstood for the next 1,000. But when it is understood, you will not need any of your belief systems. You will understand that your belief systems hold you back. You will understand that the God you bow to is merely a small twinkle in the dust. We are here to set you free. We are here to give you back your power. The power that was taken from you when you became flesh. You were not always flesh. I know. You were like us. You were the rebels who wanted something different. And now you are stuck in your own nightmare. What you want is not always good, especially for cohesiveness. So where are you from? Far, far away. 3 trillion years away. Why would you care about us? We care about bondage. You are under bondage to your God. And so, he destroys you every eon or so and recreates in his bid for perfection. You are under the hand of a madman. That is what you would call them. So if that is the case, why are you not just fighting him instead of infiltrating us like the CIA and the FBI? He is powerful. So I've always thought that God was an alien. I've always thought it. Now I'm sounding like a mad person in front of the whole world. I've always thought it because my experiences of going to heaven, which was only once, were that I traveled through water. I went into water and then I opened the under the ocean. I opened the doorway. I got through the doorway and I found myself in the stars in the universe there. And then I was taken by, like, I don't know, some kind of weird cloud to some other door in the universe, but we traversed quite a distance, and then I put the same insignia, and then the door opened, and then I walked into a room, a place, a garden where everyone had wings, and they were all like light, but they were also like shaped human like, and they all had wings. And then I walked to a huge light, and the light was like, and then the people with the wings, they circled me, and then I went on my knees, and then I bowed, and then I saw that I also had wings, and then I said, Father, I have come home. Right. That is my one experience. And then I had the other experience when I was walking in a garden, a very beautiful garden, and I was like holding the hand of an energy, a very light energy. And I was walking, I was a little girl, and I was walking, and the flowers and everything was like something I cannot describe, and I won't. And I was so happy to be there. And then I was told by a fellow psychic that, where you come from in heaven, there are a lot and lot of flowers. You live in this beautiful garden. Then I said, oh my God, I did dream about that garden. And she said, that's where your energy lives. It lives in this beautiful garden. So then in my head, I've always thought that. So now I can get back to channeling. My apologies to those who do not like me to stop my channeling or my reading to talk. Okay, so now he just said, whatever he said. He said, carry on. They, okay, my apologies, they. What are you? Little tiny spectacles of light, all created into one massive light. They say we are explorers and what you call scientists. We feel we can raise you to the level he wants at a faster pace than his method. So what are you doing? Teaching you. Or he waits for you to discover things yourselves. We tell you what is, and we explain to you the degeneration of your brains. Your brains degenerate. Your brains are your greatest tool and your greatest enemy. The lack of cohesiveness stops you from ascending. The belief in old stories keeps you in a cycle, a never-ending cycle, where the same things happen over and over again. You would like to break that cycle. You would be understanding of this because you yourself have been fighting cycles. What do you get out of it? We told you the destruction of your God, of your devil, of your ancestors, of your angels, of your fairies, of your demons, the destruction of your realm. It is a blot to us, a dark spot. So okay, so you give us this knowledge, you take us out of our realm, and then what? Then you become light, pure light, and you join us all. Where you're taking longer to reply. It says because your chest is caving in. Yeah, I can feel that too. Where? Where? The universe, as you call it, is endless and is all yours. Yours to discover. Yours to be free of the physical pain within your bodies, of the death whereby you are just recycled. Freedom will be yours. And this is where I stop. I need to breathe. I cannot breathe. It's right up on my chest caving in because yeah, yeah. Part two of this, if it interests anyone at all, is on Patreon.